All right, fam. Vegas Eagles back, episode 10. We got a lot of content to cover today. As you can see, we got a brand new whiteboard, and we got a lot of information to cover on this episode. So let's kick it off. I know it's been about over a week now since the Thursday night win over the Giants. Just a couple thoughts I had after the game. Just an incredible performance by Carson Wentz, considering the fact that he was one of two offensive starters that was in that game, especially after Deshaun Jackson goes out. It was just Jason Kelsey and him. So truly an incredible performance by Carson. I know he had that horrible interception in the end zone, which is inexcusable, and he cannot keep doing that. But I thought overall he played an incredible game to lead us back from down 21-10 with the cast of practice squad players again to a last minute win was really, really impressive. So I thought that was great. That was a good start to last weekend. It got us to 2-4-1. And then the Cowboys game came on Sunday, and they lost to the racists. And pretty vicious hit on Andy Dalton, and really was kind of gross. The guy should have been suspended, as far as I'm concerned, because headshots, there's no place for that kind of stuff. And now it looks like Dalton's going to be out, actually almost certainly going to be out on Sunday. So we get Ben DiNucci on Sunday night prime time for the Birds. So that's going to be a W for us. So the Cowboys fall to 2-5 into a second place tie with the Racists also at 2-5. So I just wanted to go over again what we wanted going into the Cowboys game was for the Eagles to be at worst a half game behind Dallas. Well, as luck would have it, we're ahead of schedule. We are a half game ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. So that is a good thing. And again, the goal 7-8-1 wins the division, fam. And I guarantee it's going to happen. Because let's just look at the schedule. So what I did was I put the Eagles' remaining schedule here on the left. You have the Cockroaches' remaining schedule here in the middle. And then the Racists' remaining schedule here. Since the Racists are 2-5, I guess we should probably keep them in the conversation. The Cowboys are in free fall. There's rumors that Mike McCarthy may not even last down there for Dallas. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I'll keep track of both their schedules and how we can win this division. So again, 7-8-1. And here's what we need, fam. So Cowboys here. That's going to be a W for us on Sunday night. Beat the Giants after our bye week. Then let's fast forward to the end of the year. Beat the Cowboys. Beat the Racists. That gets us to 6 wins, which means we just need one more out of these 5 games between week 11 and week 15. At Cleveland, home for Seattle, at Green Bay, home for the Saints, and then at the Cardinals. If we can just grab one of those games, that gets us to 7 wins, and fam, we win the division. Now, why? Let's look at the Cowboys schedule. Again, we need them to get to 9 losses, because that would put them at best 7-9, and we win the division at 7-8-1. They already have 5 losses. We just need them to have 4 more. Eagles, Steelers, at Ravens, and then the Eagles again at home. There's your 4. And that's not even counting the other games they have at the Vikings, home for the Racists, at the Bengals, 49ers, and at the Giants. They're probably going to lose a couple of those too. So the Cowboys, fam, they're done. Stick a fork in them, they're done. We just need to get to 7 wins, and we got this division. Now let's look at the Racists just to make sure. So again, same principle. We just need to get them to 9 losses, and then if we finish 7-8-1, it'll be better than 7-9. So they have 5 losses already. Let's look at their schedule. Here are your 4 guaranteed losses. At Pittsburgh, at the 49ers, home for Seattle, at the Eagles. There's your 4. You got them at 9 losses. And let's look at the other games just in case, right? Giants at home, at the Lions, Bengals, at Dallas, Carolina. So with those games, they'll probably lose a couple of those, if down the line. So we'll see. So bottom line is this 7-8-1. I'm telling you, it's a guarantee. Just get to 7-8-1, we win this division. But I got a little bonus for you that you're not going to get this content anywhere else. I'm going to walk you through now how the Eagles could clinch the division going into Week 17. How? Let's map it out. All right. So again, We just got to get to 6 wins at the end of here, at the entering week 17. Eagles need to get to 6 wins. That's the first part. So again, play it out. Beat Dallas, beat the Giants, beat Dallas again, and then win one of these 5 games between at Cleveland, Seattle, at Green Bay, Saints, at Cardinals. That would get us at that point to 6 wins. So 6, 9, and 1 at that point. All right. Now let's look at Dallas and the Racists. Now, if we can get them to 10 losses each going into week 17, we got it. It's over. Because then at that point, they would be at best 6 and 10, and we'd be at worst 6, 9, and 1, which would mean we'd clinch the NFC East going into week 17, which would render week 17 an effective bye week. So let's just play it out. So we need the Cowboys to get to 10 losses by the end of week 16. At the Eagles is 1. Pittsburgh is another. At the Ravens is another. The Eagles again. And we just need one more loss for Dallas amongst at the Vikings, Racists, at the Bengals, San Francisco. There is no doubt in my mind that the Cowboys are going to almost certainly lose one of these 4. At the Vikings, Racists, at the Bengals, 49ers. That would get them to 10 losses, at which point they couldn't catch the Eagles, even if the Eagles lost week 17. Let's look at the Racists. All right, again, we need 5 losses for them going into week 17. So we've got 3 here. At Pittsburgh, at Seattle, at Pittsburgh, at San Francisco, Seattle. And then we would just need 2 other ones before week 17. Will the Racists lose 2 out of these 5? Carolina at home, at Dallas, the Bengals at home, at the Lions, Giants at home. It's very possible. Not quite as likely with the Racists, but possible. So keep all this in mind, because if we can enter week 17 having clinched the NFC East, remember, we won't be able to maneuver at that point. We would be the 4 seed locked in if we win the division. We could not finish better than any other division winner. So rendering this last game meaningless, which would mean rest the starters, treat it as a bye week, and we're locked into the 4 seed going into the playoffs. Now let's look at the playoff bracket. Now, right now, Green Bay has 1 loss leading the NFC North. Also, Seattle has 1 loss leading the NFC West. I think the NFC West is going to cannibalize each other because there's so many good teams. So I think it's going to leave Green Bay as the top seed. They'll get the bye. I think Seattle will win the division in the West, probably be the second best team. They'll grab the 2 seed. I think Tampa Bay is going to win the NFC South. It could be the Saints, but I think Tampa, they look pretty damn good in some of these games. So I think they take the 3 seed. We're locked into the 4. And then from 5 to 7, I think you're going to get 2 NFC West teams. I think it's going to be the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Could be the Rams too. But I think it's going to be 2 out of those 3 because of the cannibalizing of the division. And then I think the Saints get that last wild card. I think the Bears fall off. I know there's some talk about Bears at Eagles and the drama of that first round. I don't think it's going to happen because I think the Bears are trailing off. So I think the Saints get that. And I think you're going to see Green Bay is the 1, Seattle the 2, Tampa the 3, Eagles the 4. I'm going to put the Arizona Cardinals as the 5. I think they're really coming on strong. I think the Saints are the 6, and I think the San Francisco is the 7. So you play this out. Seattle and San Francisco is the 2-7 matchup. Tampa Bay Saints is the 3-6. Eagles are the 4-5 against the Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray as a first year QB, basically coming into this first playoff game in Philadelphia. I think the Eagles can pull this upset in Philadelphia. I think the Eagles can win this game. Now the Seattle, San Francisco, Tampa Bay Saints matchup, I think you're going to get 1 upset out of that. Those lower seeds are actually really good teams that just didn't win the NFC West because Seattle was going to take it. But they have great teams in the NFC West. I think you get 1 upset. Let's just say San Francisco pulls the upset in Seattle. They have a massive rivalry. All those games go down to the last second. And I think they pull off the upset. let's just say Tampa Bay, who is playing better than the Saints this year, beats them in Tampa. So you'd have Tampa advancing, San Francisco advancing. But the lowest remaining seed must play at Green Bay. So the ripple effect is the 7 seed San Francisco plays at the 1 seed Green Bay, and the Eagles go to the 3 seed Tampa Bay. In this scenario, I think the Eagles could go to Tampa and win. Tampa has no home field advantage, and you have San Francisco going to Green Bay, and that's a solid matchup. The defending NFC champions going to Green Bay. God forbid San Francisco pulls the upset there. If we can pull the upset in Tampa, a totally plausible win once we get a lot of our walking wounded back. Plus, you may have Brandon Brooks coming back late in the season. The Eagles could pull this upset. Absolutely. Eagles pull this upset. San Francisco pulls an upset. Guess what, fam? You got San Francisco at Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. Moreover, if both of these divisional round games, the wild card games are upsets, if it's San Francisco over Seattle and the Saints over Tampa Bay, then in that scenario, you're going to have San Francisco going to Green Bay, but you're going to have the Saints coming to Philadelphia because we would be the 4th seed. The Saints are the 6th. So you'd have 2 home playoff games in a row. I'm just laying it out. This is very plausible. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's very plausible, though. So, fam, stay strong. Go Birds. Let's get a primetime blowout of the Cockroaches on Sunday night. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.